Rosa, 72, thought her morning oatmeal was the healthiest choice, but within an hour she felt drained, her legs heavy, and her sugar unstable. Most seniors don't realize, when you mix oatmeal with 7 common foods, it can silently block your minerals, weaken your medications, and fuel inflammation. Stay with me, because I'll show you exactly which foods turn oatmeal from healing into harmful, and how the right swaps can restore your strength, your blood sugar, and even your independence. After 60, breakfast doesn't always feel the same. Instead of steady energy, many seniors notice heaviness after oatmeal, like a fog settling in the body. Your joints ache sooner, your blood sugar climbs faster, and you're left wondering why a healthy food makes you feel weaker. It isn't the oats themselves, it's what we mix in. The good news? A few smart pairings keep oatmeal one of the best allies for aging well. Let's uncover the 7 everyday foods you should never mix with oats, and the simple swaps that protect your strength. 1. Milk or calcium supplements. Many seniors think pouring milk over oatmeal is the healthiest way to start the day. But here's what most people don't realize. Inside your bowl, something unseen is happening. Oats naturally contain compounds called phytates. Think of phytates like tiny locks. They cling to minerals, especially calcium, and prevent your body from opening them up for use. Now, after 60, stomach acid levels drop, and the enzyme phytase, which helps release those minerals, is about 30% less active. That means the locks stay shut much longer. A 2021 study in the journal Bone and Mineral Research found that calcium absorption dropped from 41.4% to just 31% when eaten with high phytate foods like oats. Over time, that adds up. Less calcium absorbed means weaker bones, higher fracture risk, and slower healing after even small falls. Margaret, 70, always made her oats with milk and took her calcium supplement right alongside it. Her doctor was puzzled. Why weren't her bone scans improving? When she simply shifted her calcium pill to lunchtime and ate her oats with water and blueberries, her absorption improved and her scan results finally stabilized. So, what can you do? If you enjoy oatmeal, prepare it with water or unsweetened almond milk. Save your calcium supplements, or even that glass of milk, for 2 to 3 hours later. That one timing change lets your bones actually use the calcium you're giving them. It's like pouring milk into a sponge. If you add it too soon, the sponge soaks it up before your bones ever see it. But give the sponge time to dry, and suddenly the milk goes where it's needed most, your skeleton. Have you ever wondered why, despite taking calcium, your bones still feel fragile? The answer might be hiding in your breakfast bowl. 2. Iron-rich foods or supplements. Ellen is 71. Every morning she sat by the window, a warm bowl of oatmeal in front of her, and next to it, her iron supplement. She thought she was doing everything right, but month after month, her lab results showed the same thing. Her iron was dropping and her energy was fading. Here's the part most people never hear. Oats contain natural compounds called phytates. After 60, when stomach acid isn't as strong, these phytates act like little handcuffs. They grab onto iron and keep it locked away. Instead of reaching your blood, where it builds strength and focus, the iron slips right through, unused. A recent study showed absorption can drop nearly half when iron is taken with high phytate foods like oats. Half. That's the difference between feeling awake after breakfast or wondering why you need another nap. Ellen's doctor suggested a simple shift. She moved her iron supplement to lunchtime, and at breakfast she added strawberries to her oatmeal instead. Within weeks, her energy lifted, and for the first time in years, her blood tests finally improved. Think of it this way. Phytates are the handcuffs, but vitamin C is the key. Pair your oats with vitamin C fruits, and give your iron supplement its own time of day. Have you ever felt more tired after a healthy breakfast? Drop a quick yes in the comments. I read every one, and your story could help someone else. So let me ask you, have you ever felt exhausted even while eating right? Sometimes it isn't about more iron. It's about letting your body unlock the iron you already give it. 3. Dried fruits and bananas. Frank is 68. For years, his favorite breakfast was a steaming bowl of oatmeal topped with raisins and a sliced banana. Sweet, comforting, and, he believed, perfectly healthy. But by mid-morning, he always felt heavy and sluggish, sometimes even shaky. Here's what most seniors don't know. Oats contain beta-glucan, a special fiber that normally slows sugar release and helps balance blood glucose. But when you pile on dried fruit or ripe bananas, foods high in natural sugar, you confuse your metabolism. Instead of releasing steady energy, your body pumps out both insulin and glucagon at the same time. It's like pressing the gas and the brake pedals together. You lurch forward, then stall. A 2022 meta-analysis in diabetes care looked at over 400 adults and found that when oats were paired correctly, insulin resistance markers dropped by almost 1 point in just a few weeks. But when paired with high sugar add-ins, the benefits disappeared. Frank didn't believe it at first, but when he swapped raisins for walnuts and cinnamon, the difference was obvious. His mornings were steady, his energy clear, and his blood sugar finally leveled out. So, if oatmeal is your go-to breakfast, remember this. Sweet toppings can quietly undo the very benefit you're hoping for. Have you noticed your energy crashing after what you thought was a healthy meal? You're not alone, and the fix may be as simple as changing what goes on top of your oats. And here's the surprising part. What happens when you replace sugar-heavy toppings with just one simple nutrient booster? That's coming up next. 4. Powdered creamers or artificial milks. Marta is 66. Every morning, she made her instant oats creamier with a splash of flavored powdered creamer. It felt comforting, like a cafe-style breakfast at home. But by midday, her joints ached, her fingers felt stiff, and she chalked it up to just aging. Here's the twist most people never hear. When oats are mixed with powdered creamers or artificial milks, the body doesn't just see calories, it sees an irritant. These processed additives can trigger your immune system to release inflammatory signals like IL-6 and TNF-alpha. Doctors call it inflammaging, the silent fire that spreads through the body as we grow older. A 2021 meta-analysis reviewed 23 clinical trials and found that seniors who avoided these artificial pairings had measurable drops in IL-6, a key inflammation marker. Less inflammation means less joint stiffness, steadier energy, and even better heart health. Think of inflammaging like a slow fire burning in the background. Oats alone are like water. They help calm the flames. But add powdered creamer, and it's like tossing gasoline onto that fire. The quiet aches become louder. When Marta swapped her creamer for unsweetened almond milk and a handful of fresh blueberries, she noticed something remarkable. Within just a few weeks, the stiffness eased. She could open jars more easily and even enjoy her morning walks without constant soreness. So, if your oatmeal feels incomplete without something creamy, choose wisely. Your joints, your heart, and your independence may depend on it. Do you feel your joints tighten after certain meals? It may not be age. It could be what you're adding to your bowl. And the next hidden mistake? It doesn't just cause aches. It can silently block the very medications keeping you alive. 5. Heart medications, warfarin, digoxin. George is 73. Every morning, he lined up his pills neatly on the table, took them with a glass of water, and then sat down with his bowl of oatmeal. He thought he was being disciplined, meds and healthy food together. But after months, his doctor noticed something troubling. His heart rhythm was still unstable, almost as if the medication wasn't working. Here's the part many seniors never get told. Oatmeal is rich in soluble fiber. That fiber is usually a gift. It lowers cholesterol and supports digestion. But When taken at the same time as certain heart medications like warfarin or digoxin, the fiber can grab onto the medicine and block its absorption. Imagine trying to hear a radio station through heavy static. The signal is there, but it never comes through clearly. A clinical review in U.S. Pharmacist showed that digoxin absorption could be reduced by up to 75% when taken with high-fiber meals. 75%. That means the pills you rely on to protect your heart might never fully reach your bloodstream. George's doctor suggested a simple adjustment. Enjoy his oatmeal at breakfast, but move his medication to later in the evening. Within weeks, his test results improved, his pulse steadied, and he felt more secure in his daily walks. Have you ever wondered if your medication is really doing its job? Sometimes it isn't the medicine, it's the timing of your meals. But that's not the only silent trap. Even when you skip the meds, adding just one more healthy ingredient on top of oats can quietly backfire in your gut. And I'll show you exactly what that is. Next. 6. Extra fiber powders. Psyllium flax overload. Helen is 69. After reading that fiber was the secret to longevity, she began adding spoonful after spoonful of flax powder on top of her morning oats. Sometimes even a scoop of psyllium husk, too. She expected better digestion, but instead, she felt bloated, heavy, and uncomfortable most mornings. Here's why. Oatmeal already provides a rich dose of soluble fiber. When you stack additional fiber powders on top, your digestive system can slow down too much. Instead of moving smoothly, food sits longer in the gut, binding nutrients and blocking absorption. What should have been gentle support turns into traffic gridlock inside your intestines. A 2007 clinical review on food-drug interactions found that excess supplemental fiber not only reduced nutrient uptake, but also slowed medication absorption. For older adults, where digestion is already less efficient, this can mean less protein reaching your muscles, less calcium reaching your bones, and more discomfort after meals. Think of your gut like a highway. Oatmeal provides the right amount of cars, steady traffic, smooth flow, but dump in too much extra fiber and suddenly there's a traffic jam. Nothing moves the way it should. When Helen cut back to just a single tablespoon of flax and spread any extra fiber throughout the day, her digestion calmed down. She felt lighter, her energy improved, and she could enjoy her oats again without discomfort. Have you ever felt uncomfortably bloated after a healthy breakfast? It might not be your stomach. It could be fiber overload slowing everything down. And here's the surprising part. While too much fiber can block nutrients, the final mistake we'll uncover doesn't just block food. It adds sugar fuel that wipes out all the benefits of oats. 7. Sugar and syrups. Rosa is 69. Her morning ritual felt cozy. A steaming bowl of oats topped with a spoonful of brown sugar and a drizzle of maple syrup. Sweet, warm, comforting. But as the weeks went by, she noticed her fasting glucose creeping up. Her doctor warned her that her blood sugar control was slipping, despite eating healthy oats every day. Here's the hidden trap. Oats by themselves are low on the glycemic scale and help slow glucose release. But add refined sugar or syrups, and the benefit disappears. Instead of steady energy, you get a sharp blood sugar spike, followed by a crash that leaves you sluggish, craving more, and, over time, pushing your body deeper into insulin resistance. A 2022 meta-analysis in diabetes care showed that when oats were used properly, HbA1c dropped by almost 0.5% in older adults. That's a real measurable improvement in blood sugar. But when oats were paired with added sugars, the effect vanished completely. Think of it like planting flowers in your garden. Oats are the soil, rich and nourishing. But when you pour soda over the garden, the flowers don't thrive. They wilt. Sugar does the same to your body's natural balance. Rosa's fix was simple. She swapped sugar and syrup for a sprinkle of cinnamon and a handful of blueberries. Within weeks, her glucose readings improved, and she still had the sweetness she craved without the crash. Do you find yourself craving another sweet snack just an hour after breakfast? It may not be your willpower. It could be your oatmeal topping tricking your blood sugar. And this is where one of the biggest myths comes in, because most people still believe that any fruit or milk added to oats must be healthy. But the truth tells a different story. So, here's the truth. Oatmeal itself isn't the problem. In fact, it can be one of the most healing breakfasts for seniors. The danger hides in the pairings, the milk that steals your calcium, the sugar that spikes your blood, the fiber overload that slows your gut, or even the timing with your medications. But when you respect those details, oatmeal shifts from something that quietly drains you into something that fuels your independence, stronger bones, steadier energy, more mornings where you feel in control, not defeated. Maybe tomorrow, instead of reaching for syrup or creamers, you'll try blueberries or cinnamon. It's not about restriction. It's about giving your body a chance to thrive. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite safe oatmeal topping? Share it in the comments. Your idea might help another senior feel stronger too. And of course, always check with your doctor before changing how you take supplements or medications. A small timing shift can make all the difference. If today's video helped you see your breakfast in a new way, a simple like means the world. And if you want more science-backed, senior-friendly ways to age with strength and confidence, subscribe to Healthy Aging Hub. Together, we'll keep building mornings that support your future, not steal from it.